up and saw what Israel's Prime Minister said in the government meeting this morning, I felt like I had to say something. But before I get there, I just want to mention a few things that happened in the last week. First, in the middle of last week, President Herzog presented a compromise plan asking the government to halt the rush to enact these anti-democratic laws. And I have to say that compromise, I'm not sure I and many of you and many of the demonstrators in Israel felt comfortable about. Nevertheless, it took less than 40 minutes for Netanyahu's government to reject it outright. Seven? Okay, whatever. That is less than 40. Next, Mr. Netanyahu's son, Yair Netanyahu, who's a 30-year-old, who's living at home, who's never had a job, who Israeli taxpayers are paying for his livelihood and for his security, came out with a statement that said the demonstrators in Israel were like the brown shirts in Nazi Germany in the 30s. That's his own son, who lives in the same house as he does. And then, according to the organizers of the demonstrations in Israel, about 480,000 people came out to demonstrate, including in many Likud strongholds such as Or Akiva. And we saw a step up in violence. All the violence coming from right-wing thugs trying to attack the demonstrators. And so what does the Prime Minister of all of Israel say this morning when he opens the government meeting? He said Israel has three existential threats: Iran's nuclear threat, terrorism, and anarchists. We are anarchists, according to his terminology. He never said anything about what his son said. He never said anything about the violence. This is the man who asked us to trust him that he's going to keep everybody right. So, what do we think about it? So, this week is going to be a very important week in Israel, because this has just catalyzed what was already happened. A bunch of key Israelis in reserve duty have announced that they are not going to continue to serve. Many of them are volunteers. I don't know if everybody knows here, but the Israeli Air Force, which is the core strength of Israel's military, is primarily manned by reservists who have to come in and fly every month. And they actually have to volunteer because they do way more reserve duty than the Israeli law allows for people to be called. Many of them have said they're going to stop volunteering. And this week is when this might start kicking in. And we're going to see Bibi and his cronies continue to ramp up their rhetoric and trying to pass those laws. Last but not least, let's not be confused what this is about. This is about saving Mr. Netanyahu from the courts. If you think about the idea that they want to change the makeup of the Supreme Court, is when he's indicted in the court he's in right now, he's going to appeal the Supreme Court, and guess who he wants to be there when he appeals? That's what this is about. And so we need to all come here again and again. And in this vein, I first want to thank Ayelet, who has gotten all of us out of our beds and out of comfy armchairs watching, I don't know, Netflix or something, and to be here and organize and continue to be here. And like Ayelet, many other people around the world, and of course in Israel. And I also want to thank Barbara, who's joining, another dynamo here. And so it's fantastic to see such a great group. Please bring more friends, and please talk to all your family and friends in Israel. Any of them who are not demonstrating, tell them to go out and demonstrate this week. Thank you.
Yeah.